I know this New Year's, there's so much of resolutions and advices and everything that is going on. So I have been contemplating over this over the last year or so, and it is very overwhelming to see so many advices, so many to dos, so many books to read, so many skills to learn, and so many things to do. It becomes very overwhelming, and at times, because there is so much to do, you end up doing nothing because you're so stressed, you're so anxious, and you're also finding it difficult, in terms of the competition, because you feel like, "Yeah, this guy knows so much about this guy knows so much about this." So it becomes very challenging in that part. So what's important is that you write things down. So I have a goal for this particular month. For example, I need to complete, let's say, these two books and no other book. I might have a long reading list, and I will evaluate that at the end of the month. At the end of the month, I'll again evaluate that whether the books I had planned, which ones to read for the next month. I will have to have a very clear idea as to what skill and what duration of time I'm going to be spending this particular month. And that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm not going to be spending more time than that. Right? So you have to be very clear with your objectives. You have to keep on revisiting those objectives every month. Don't get carried away by everything that is happening around. For example, I am not an economist, and therefore I cannot give casual opinions about the economy and do extensive research and post about the economy, because I'm not spending that time doing research. I'm in the class, I'm doing lectures. So one has to understand that you cannot know everything. You have to be very clear with what is your job, your role, your work, your priorities. You work on it. Of course, you improve your skill set around it. So you have to decide that what is the most important thing I need to learn, read, improve upon in this particular month, and how much time can I allocate along with my college or my job, with my classes and lectures and everything. And you give that kind of time frame, and then you move to the next month, and then again, before the month begins, you decide what are going to be your targets for that particular month. So reduce that kind of stress that everybody knows everything around me. Of course, I'm not being asking you to be complacent, so don't take my advice incompletely. That's a big problem. The same like there are so many college dropouts who become billionaires, etc. But what you don't see is, one, the sample space that you're looking at, the sample size that you're looking at. So don't take incomplete advices. What happens is people take things that they like, that is easy, convenient, and they leave a part of it. And the advice that they're taking, often it's incorrect. So I'll give you an example. There are a lot of college dropouts who have become billionaires. You will say that education is not important. Let me drop out of college. Let me not study, and I will become a billionaire. But what you do not see is, one, out of 1 lakh college dropouts, how many become billionaires? And out of 1 lakh educated individuals, how many become billionaires? That's one argument. Second is, why do you assume it's mutually exclusive that a person can be smart and educated? So you're kind of confusing between mugging up and studying and somebody who's smart and has personality or has good communication, etc., soft skills as well. So why do you assume that it has to be mutually exclusive? And three, you want to extrapolate that they are college dropouts, but the fact that they are studying overnight, coding, etc., or for example, Steve Jobs attending calligraphy classes for which he was not even enrolled, that was not a part of his course, and that part you do not want to copy. So you cannot take selective advices like that. And internet, unfortunately, is full of incorrect, incomplete advices, and people absorb only that part which is easier for them. So don't absorb things that make you less in terms of values, in terms of hard work, in terms of learning.